Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said that he's ready for a quote-unquote neutral investigation of the terror attack in Pahalgam. The terror attack has triggered high-level diplomatic and security responses from the government against Pakistan, which has been accused of harboring the handlers and backers of this terrorist group. Addressing a graduation ceremony at the Pakistan Military Academy in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's Kakul, Prime Minister Sharif said that his country is open to taking part in a credible investigation. He further said that Pakistan has always condemned terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. Take a listen.
Of our commitment that we would not tolerate any kind of terrorism of any hue and color, and that has been demonstrated beyond any ray of doubt. On the contrary, our eastern neighbor continues a pattern of exploitation, leveling baseless allegations and false accusations without credible investigation or verifiable evidence. The recent tragedy in Pahalgam is yet another example of this perpetual blame game, which must come to a grinding halt. And now, continuing with its role as a responsible country, Pakistan is open to participate in any neutral, transparent, and credible investigation.
Let me, in fact, now go across to some breaking news. They're coming in. Terror hideouts unearthed in Kulgam. The firing heard in J&K's Kulgam district. There, in fact, this is the breaking news. Anti-terror operation is currently underway in Kulgam, and we'll get all the details for all our viewers. Meanwhile, this is the breaking news that we're tracking. The terror hideouts have been unearthed in Kulgam of J&K, and a firing is heard as well. Anti-terror operation is underway in Kulgam district of J&K. More details are awaited. Let me quickly go across to Major General S.B. Asthana, defense expert and former DG Infantry, and discuss about Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's statement. General, you heard Shehbaz Sharif. He says that he's ready for a so-called neutral investigation. You know, I don't know whether to laugh or do what. I mean, how credible will this so-called neutral investigation really be?
See, we don't have to depend on his investigation or any neutral investigation. We know what it is. Pakistan is a country which refused to acknowledge that its unalive soldiers were fighting in Kargil, even when they were dead and their bodies were to be handed over. They did not take the bodies to hide that. So what kind of evidence they will acknowledge? That's number one. Secondly, even after they were hiding the identity, after 6 months, they had no choice, and they gave a gallantry award to that gentleman who was cremated in India when the Kargil war ended, and we wanted to hand over the bodies. So this is the kind of neighbor which we are talking about. They did not acknowledge the idea of that Kasab was part of from Pakistan. The fact that they never acknowledged that 2611 was masterminded and executed by Pakistan. But when it comes to the international community, the fact that we have got the extradition of Rana, that means we would have convinced with all the evidences to American courts that this is the person who was involved in that particular terror attack, and he needs to be extradited to India. And obviously they would not have given the go-ahead for that unless they were convinced that the evidences were verifiable and they were foolproof. So in this particular case, there are evidences. I am sure the government of India at appropriate time may share with some of our strategic partners to convince them that this is what it is. And we are in any case taking actions, but actions we have to take. We don't have to depend on anybody. And I'm sure a lot of actions are being taken. The fact that Pakistani politicians are making a whole lot of speeches regarding and are totally rattled for the water of Indus Valley Indus Water Treaty and the issue of water means that the diplomatic measure which was adopted has actually shown some effect, and people are rattled and are using that excuse for their rallies to say that okay that this is what that we are going to fight for water, etc., etc.